So even though today's notes say finding all factors of polynomials, we're going to combine finding all factors and finding the zeros of polynomials. And so basically it asks, what can we do if we divide and there is no remainder? When there's no remainder, we know that whatever is there is a factor. We can divide. If there's no remainder again, then it is a factor. We can write it as factors. The remaining factor might be factorable again. And then, mwahaha, that's just what a former teacher said to me, and I thought it was funny, so I like to keep it in. So we want to use synthetic division if at all possible when we're doing this. So we're given a polynomial and one factor. We want to find all the factors, and then I'm just also going to show you how to find the zeros. So let's look at this first one. We have x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. And we know x plus 4 is one of the factors. So when we do synthetic division, I put negative 4 here, and then above I put 1, 6, 5, and negative 12, and I fill everything out. Okay, so I bring the 1 down, multiply it by negative 4, add, so I get 2 times negative 4, negative 8, I add, I multiply, so I have no remainder. So this is x squared plus 2x, and I'm not going over the synthetic division because we've done that before, minus 3. Okay, can we factor this out using A times C method? Yes, we can. The two numbers that multiply would be negative 3 and add up to 2 would be 3 and negative 1. So we know this can be x plus 3 times x minus 1. And our last factor is the given one, x plus 4. So if we're just finding all factors, we are done at this point. Now, I want to solve. So we set it equal to 0. That means we set each individual factor equal to 0 and we solve. So we get x equals negative 3. When x minus 1 equals 0, we get x equals 1. And when x plus 4 equals 0, we get x equals negative 4. So basically, we're using things we've done before, synthetic division and factoring, and solving to find all the zeros of the equation. Let's look at the second one. So we still have x plus 4, so we can use synthetic. So I'm having a 3, negative 16, negative 103, and 36. So getting set to do my synthetic, drop down to 3, multiply, add, negative 28 times 4 gives me positive 112, that's 9, negative 36. Okay, so we have 3x squared minus 28x plus 9, and we need to factor it. Well, A times C means 3 times 9, that's 27. The two numbers, I would say negative 27 and negative 1. So I have x minus 27, x minus 1, but then I need to divide by 3 for the a value. So hopefully you're remembering how to factor and using the A times C method. So this becomes x minus 9. This becomes 3x minus 1, and then we still have the x plus 4. So those are the three factors. And now we're going to set it equal to 0 to solve. So when x minus 9 equals 0, we get x equal to 9. When 3x minus 1 is equal to 0, we get 3x equals 1. or x equals 1/3. And then when x plus 4 equals 0, we get x equals -4. So those are our three zeros: 9, 1/3, and -4. And our factors are x minus 9, 3x minus 1, and x plus 4. All right, let's look at example 3. So I'm just doing a lot of examples so you can see how we do it. All right, synthetic division. So if we're not able to do synthetic division, then we'd have to do long division, which, like it says, is long and not as much fun as synthetic division. So, excuse me, we're going to go through here, drop the 1, multiply by -2, add them, multiply by -2, add, multiply, and add again, and then multiply. So we get 0. So now we factor it all out. So we get x cubed minus 5x squared minus 3x minus 15. And so this time we have to factor by grouping, but it works pretty easily. Take out the x squared and an x minus 5. Take out a minus 3. Or just take out a take out a minus 3. And we get x minus 5 here. We can combine them. X squared minus 3 times x minus 5. And then our last factor, x plus 2. So those are all our factors. And then when we want to solve, we set it equal to 0. So when x squared minus 3 equals 0, we have to take the square root. So that means x is plus or minus the square root of 3 for those. X minus 5 equals 0, so x equals 5, and x plus 2 equals 0, so x is equal to -2. And I'm not going to do the fourth one because I feel like 3 is plenty for you to see the idea of what we're doing with solving, finding all the factors of polynomials, and solving for those factors. Hopefully it's been helpful.